Stop. Listen closely. Today carries weight. This day stands apart from all others. A rare cosmic window stands open right now, and on January 15th it seals shut. Ancient traditions, numerology and energy studies point to moments like this as turning keys in the unseen world. When such a portal closes, momentum shifts, paths tighten, delays quietly appear where flow once existed. This video reveals why January 15th marks a spiritual cutoff point, why sensitivity feels stronger right now, and why countless people sense urgency without understanding its source. You will learn how portals function, why timing matters more than effort alone, and how awareness at the right moment determines the speed of blessings. Many ignore days like this, and wonder later why progress slows or clarity fades. Others align at the precise hour, and notice doors opening with ease. Hidden forces respond to readiness, not noise. Energy rewards alignment, not struggle. Staying until the end matters, because the final insight ties everything together, revealing the subtle action that separates delay from divine flow. This knowledge rarely reaches the surface, yet it shapes outcomes more than talent, connections, or luck. Right now the air feels charged for a reason. Attention sharpens for a reason. Something greater invites response before the window closes. Welcome to Shaolin Divine Flow, a space dedicated to ancient wisdom, spiritual timing, and inner mastery. Join this channel, subscribe, and walk this path with us as truth unfolds and higher alignment begins. Pay attention now. Certain days carry a different pulse. Spiritual seekers call these moments portal days. Time feels thinner, awareness sharpens. The space between intention and outcome narrows. On such days, the universe feels more responsive, almost as though it leans in and listens. Energy moves faster, thoughts carry more weight. Emotions rise with unusual clarity. This does not come from superstition, but from observation passed down through ancient traditions, numerology, and spiritual disciplines across cultures. A portal day marks a shift in energetic frequency. The vibration around the world intensifies, making inner states more influential than usual. Focus becomes powerful. Doubt becomes louder. Whatever lives within you receives amplification. That explains why some people feel restless while others experience sudden insight. The same energy touches everyone, yet the response depends on awareness. When alignment exists, momentum builds quickly. When resistance remains, pressure increases. Spiritual traditions teach that reality responds not only to effort, but to timing. Portal days represent moments when timing opens. The universe operates like a rhythm, not a straight line. There are beats when movement flows naturally, and beats when pushing creates friction. Portal days fall on those open beats. Action taken during them carries further. Reflection during them reaches deeper. Release during them clears faster. This heightened receptivity does not mean magic happens without intention. It means intention lands more cleanly. Thoughts stabilize into direction. Decisions lock into place. The unseen responds because clarity replaces confusion. Ancient monks, mystics, and seekers learned to pause on such days, not to rush blindly, but to align deliberately. Energy listens best when the mind grows still. During a portal day, awareness matters more than effort. Silence speaks louder. Focus shapes outcomes. The universe does not force change, yet it amplifies whatever direction already exists. Those who recognize the moment sense the shift immediately. The atmosphere feels charged. Time feels meaningful. Something unseen invites alignment, waiting for recognition. Notice how certain dates linger in the mind. They repeat in conversations. They show up in thoughts. Numbers align in ways that feel intentional. Spiritual seekers believe this happens because numbers carry patterns and patterns carry meaning. Repeating numbers signal focus points in time. They act like markers, highlighting moments when energy concentrates rather than spreads thin. Throughout history, cultures treated numbers as living symbols, not cold measurements. Numbers guided calendars, rituals, and sacred timing long before modern systems existed. Symbolic dates create resonance. When numbers repeat or align, the mind becomes more alert, even without conscious effort. Attention sharpens naturally. People feel drawn to these days without knowing why. That pull comes from recognition, not logic. The body senses rhythm before the intellect explains it. These states seem louder because the background noise of daily life quiets slightly, allowing inner awareness to rise. Energy behaves like sound waves. When frequencies match, amplification occurs. Symbolic dates act as tuning points, bringing internal and external rhythms closer together. This alignment allows intention to carry further. Decisions made on such days settle deeper. Emotional clarity appears more easily. Reflection cuts closer to truth. This explains why people often remember these dates long after they pass. Spiritual traditions across the world recognized this long ago. Ancient calendars revolved around energetic cycles rather than convenience. Sacred days marked shifts in consciousness, not holidays. These moments invited pause, alignment, and intentional movement. When people ignored the timing, progress felt heavier. When they moved with it, outcomes arrived with less resistance. Modern life often disconnects people from these rhythms, yet the sensitivity remains. That is why restlessness appears on certain dates. Sleep patterns change. Thoughts feel louder. A quiet urgency surfaces without explanation. The pull toward meaning strengthens because the energetic field tightens. These powerful dates do not force transformation. They highlight opportunity. They magnify direction already chosen. Awareness sharpens perception, while distraction dulls it. Those who sense the pull stand at a crossroads. Whether they realize it or not, something unseen presses gently forward, urging alignment before the moment passes. January carries the feeling of a doorway. The weight of the past year loosens, and space opens for something new to enter. Across spiritual traditions, this month represents renewal, discipline, and quiet strength. Energy moves slower, yet deeper. Reflection comes naturally. The mind reviews choices, patterns, and unfinished lessons. This reflective state allows seeds of intention to settle into fertile ground rather than scatter across distraction. Unlike later months driven by urgency, January invites structure. It asks for clarity instead of speed. Intentions formed now carry the blueprint for everything that follows. When direction becomes clear early, momentum builds steadily rather than chaotically. That is why this month feels serious, almost demanding honesty. It exposes misalignment quickly, urging correction before habits solidify. Mid-month marks a critical threshold. The initial excitement of a new cycle begins to fade, and reality steps in. This moment acts as a checkpoint for intention. Energy shifts from dreaming to committing. Choices either strengthen or weaken. Direction either sharpens or dissolves. What felt easy to promise at the beginning now requires discipline to sustain. Many people feel a subtle pressure during this time. Motivation dips. Doubt creeps in. That is not failure. That is the moment energy asks for alignment. Intentions that survive this checkpoint gain weight. They root themselves deeper into daily action. Intentions ignored begin to lose force, quietly drifting into delay. Spiritually, mid-January tests sincerity. The universe responds differently to words than to commitment. This period reveals which desires come from clarity and which come from impulse. Focus becomes more valuable than intensity. Small, consistent actions carry greater impact than dramatic declarations. This gateway phase does not demand perfection. It demands presence. Awareness of direction matters more than speed. January presses gently yet firmly, shaping the foundation for what unfolds later. Those who align early feel stability forming beneath their steps. Those who delay sense friction increasing. The energy remains neutral, yet responsive, amplifying whichever path receives attention. January 15th stands at the center of this gateway. Half the month has passed, and the energy begins to shift from reflection into motion. This point carries quiet authority. It marks the moment when intentions either lock into direction or begin to weaken. Renewal no longer lives in ideas alone. It asks for proof through action. Strength emerges not from force but from consistency. Around this date, awareness sharpens naturally. People notice patterns more clearly. Habits reveal themselves without effort. January's deeper symbolism, rises here, emphasizing perseverance over excitement. The universe responds strongly to those who continue moving after the initial motivation fades. This turning point tests resolve. It asks a simple question without words: commitment or comfort? Recalibration becomes essential. Small adjustments now prevent large corrections later. Intention does not require rewriting, only realigning. Focus shifts from starting to sustaining. Energy supports refinement rather than experimentation. What felt uncertain earlier begins to clarify for those paying attention. Direction narrows, making forward movement smoother. This moment also highlights inner strength. January has always represented endurance, patience, and quiet resilience. The season itself reflects this lesson. Growth occurs beneath the surface. Roots strengthen before results appear. January 15th mirrors this process spiritually. Progress may feel invisible, yet structure forms underneath. Many experience subtle resistance at this stage. Old habits push back, distractions resurface. This friction signals growth rather than failure. Perseverance transforms pressure into momentum. Those who continue feel alignment deepen. Those who pause feel energy stall. The universe does not demand dramatic shifts here. It responds to steady presence. Awareness coupled with small action carries power. Intentions reinforced now gain durability. They become harder to shake by doubt or delay. This midpoint acts like a hinge in time. Everything after it reflects how this moment was treated. Energy listens closely here. Direction chosen begins to echo forward, shaping outcomes quietly but consistently. Moving past January 15th, without awareness creates subtle consequences. Nothing dramatic appears at first. Life continues. Days move forward. Yet momentum begins to thin. Intentions that once felt clear start to blur. Focus weakens quietly, not suddenly. Progress slows in ways that feel confusing rather than obvious. Goals set at the beginning of the year rely on reinforcement. Energy responds to attention, not intention alone. When awareness fades, direction loosens. Motivation becomes inconsistent. Discipline feels heavier. This is how delay begins, not through failure, but through neglect. What is not strengthened starts to drift. The universe mirrors commitment. When alignment receives no follow-through, support pulls back gently. Opportunities still exist, yet they feel harder to reach. Timing feels off. Effort produces less result. Many interpret this as bad luck, never realizing the shift began at the midpoint when focus slipped. Momentum functions like heat. It requires maintenance. January provides the initial spark. Mid-month asks for fuel. Without reinforcement, the flame dims. This does not mean intentions disappear. They remain present, waiting for renewed clarity. Yet the ease once available fades. Awareness at this stage separates growth from stagnation. Those who pause to realign regain traction quickly. Those who push blindly encounter resistance. The difference lies in presence. Energy rewards consciousness more than force. This moment also exposes inner honesty. Excitement alone cannot sustain progress. Commitment carries weight only when practiced consistently. January 15th reveals whether intentions stem from clarity or emotion. The universe responds accordingly, amplifying whichever direction receives attention. Stalling does not feel like stopping, it feels like circling. Effort repeats without advancement. Direction remains busy yet unproductive. This pattern continues until awareness returns. The energetic field does not punish, it reflects. Reinforcement strengthens flow. Distraction fragments it. Awareness restores momentum instantly. Direction sharpens the moment focus returns. Energy listens closely during this phase, responding to where attention settles next. Restlessness may appear unexpectedly. The mind feels sharper, yet unsettled. Small tasks seem heavier, yet thoughts race faster. This surge is not random. It signals that energy is moving differently, that alignment is seeking attention. Introspection rises naturally. Questions you avoided before suddenly demand answers. Choices once ignored feel urgent now. The universe does not shout, it nudges, and today the nudge feels stronger than usual. Energy can bring unusual vitality. Simple actions may feel effortless, while insight arrives unprompted. Ideas surface with clarity, almost as if guidance emerges from beneath the surface of thought. At the same time, unresolved emotions may bubble up. Old tensions, suppressed doubts, and forgotten intentions can resurface unexpectedly. These emotions are not obstacles, they are signals. They highlight areas requiring release, reflection, or redirection. Ignoring them dulls awareness, acknowledging them sharpens focus. Sudden clarity can accompany these sensations. Decisions that seemed complicated yesterday now feel obvious. Paths forward appear more defined. You may notice patterns in relationships, work, or personal habits that previously went unseen. This clarity often comes paired with a sense of urgency, a subtle reminder that energy is temporary and portals do not remain open indefinitely. Even discomfort carries purpose. Restlessness pushes attention outward and inward at once. Introspection forces questions. Energy asks you to examine alignment between actions and intentions. The heightened awareness today is a tool, not a burden. It reveals where adjustment is needed and where momentum can accelerate. This combination of clarity, energy, and emotional surfacing marks the uniqueness of the day. Those who notice these signs can act with precision and purpose. Those who ignore them may find the same opportunities slower to manifest. The field around you is alive with subtle shifts. Attention tunes into these signals, shaping the influence they have on your path. Today, awareness itself becomes the bridge between possibility and progress. The portal asks for clarity. It does not respond to half-hearted wishes or scattered thoughts. Intentions must be precise, rooted in purpose, and carried with confidence. Vague desires lose their power. The universe responds to energy that knows what it wants and moves in alignment with it. This is a moment to examine every goal, every hope, and every plan. Are they truly yours, or echoes of expectation, habit, or obligation? The portal amplifies what is authentic and dissolves what is not. Release becomes just as important as focus. Old patterns, doubts, and attachments no longer useful weigh down energy. They cloud perception and slow momentum. The portal rewards detachment, yet not in a passive sense. Releasing requires awareness, acknowledgement, and intentional letting go. It is a conscious act, a clearing of space so new energy can enter and intentions can root deeply. Emotional clutter, lingering fears, and outdated habits become visible now, rising to the surface precisely so they can be addressed. Action matters in subtle ways. Solidifying intentions does not mean forcing outcomes. It means aligning thought, emotion, and subtle action toward a singular direction. The portal favors consistency over intensity. A small, deliberate choice today carries more weight than hours of scattered effort tomorrow. This alignment creates a resonance that amplifies influence and accelerates manifestation. Energy responds to honesty. Pretending commitment exists where it does not weakens potential. The portal reflects inner sincerity. It mirrors focus, patience, and willingness to release what no longer fits. Even small clarity cuts through resistance, opening unseen pathways. This moment asks for conscious participation. It is not a passive blessing, but an active invitation. Intentions must be clarified. Attachments must be released. Energy must flow unblocked. Those who heed this guidance feel a shift immediately. Momentum strengthens, insight deepens, and direction sharpens. The portal listens. It amplifies, guides, and opens. It waits for alignment to respond. The inner work begins quietly, beneath the surface of daily life. Old patterns linger, comfortable yet limiting, and the portal asks that they be released. Habits formed from fear, doubt, or old conditioning no longer serve the journey ahead. Letting go is not a one-time act. It is a steady practice of noticing, releasing, and choosing differently. Each conscious decision to step away from what holds you back creates space for growth, clarity, and alignment. Patience becomes a cornerstone. The energy of the portal does not rush outcomes. It magnifies presence, awareness, and steady commitment. Impatience scatters intention. Impulsive action fractures progress. Those who cultivate patience allow the process to unfold naturally, trusting the unseen currents to guide their steps. Each small moment of focus reinforces momentum, building a foundation stronger than any quick fix could provide. Discipline follows naturally from awareness and patience. It is the bridge between intention and manifestation. Discipline is not punishment or rigidity, it is consistency in thought, action, and energy. It is showing up, even when motivation dips, even when distractions rise. It is the quiet effort that fuels visible results. The portal rewards those who move with deliberate purpose, who act in harmony with their clarified intentions. Resolve becomes the engine that sustains the journey. Challenges, doubts, and setbacks will surface. The portal does not remove them, but it amplifies the power of your response. Resolve turns pressure into progress, resistance into insight. It strengthens alignment and sharpens focus, making the energy you invest more effective. Inner work is the unseen practice that makes external results possible. Thought alone is insufficient. Action alone is incomplete. Presence, patience, discipline, and resolve combine to create a field that the portal can amplify. Energy flows more freely when the mind is steady, the heart is clear, and old burdens are released. This is the work that matters, the work that transforms intention into tangible alignment and potential into reality. Manifestation requires more than desire. Thoughts alone stir energy, but action transforms it into reality. Aligning thoughts with deliberate steps bridges the gap between intention and outcome. Every choice, every small movement matters. When mind, heart, and action move together, energy responds. It strengthens, flows, and shapes circumstances in ways subtle yet undeniable. Without alignment, even the clearest vision remains fragile, easily scattered by distraction, doubt, or delay. Strategy turns vision into momentum. A goal without a plan is like a seed dropped on concrete. Potential exists, but growth is impossible. The portal responds to clarity paired with strategy. It amplifies energy that is focused, structured, and persistent. Steps taken with awareness carry more weight than hours of unfocused effort. Energy multiplies what is coherent and disciplined, while diffused attention weakens even the strongest desire. Manifestation also requires timing. Energy moves in cycles, and portal days highlight moments when the field is most responsive. Acting in harmony with these cycles makes influence more powerful. This is not luck, it is alignment. The universe reflects the direction that intention and action point toward. When they match, movement accelerates. When they diverge, progress slows. Focus sharpens perception. When attention rests on deliberate, aligned effort, opportunities appear where none existed before. Doors open subtly, connections strengthen, and insight rises naturally. Alignment does not guarantee ease, but it guarantees clarity. Obstacles become navigable, and choices feel guided rather than random. Vision without strategy remains wishful thinking, but strategy without intention lacks soul. True manifestation combines both clarity of purpose and deliberate movement. When thoughts, plans, and actions converge, energy amplifies, creating a ripple effect that reaches far beyond what is immediately visible. The portal responds to this resonance, reflecting readiness and magnifying alignment. Energy, focus, and action converge, setting the stage for results that feel natural, inevitable, and deeply earned. Those who step into this moment with awareness feel a subtle shift immediately. Clarity sharpens as if fog lifts from the mind. Decisions that once felt heavy or confusing become simpler, more intuitive. The energy of the portal responds to conscious engagement, amplifying focus and revealing paths that were previously hidden. Opportunities that seemed distant now feel within reach, and confidence grows naturally as alignment strengthens. This is not about sudden luck. It is about resonance. When attention, intention, and action move together, energy accelerates outcomes. Patterns that once required struggle unfold more smoothly. Choices land with precision. Relationships, work, and personal growth gain momentum simultaneously. The field of possibility expands for those paying attention, while stagnation remains for those unaware. Engagement demands presence. It requires noticing subtle signals, the pull of inspiration, the nudges of intuition, and even moments of discomfort that point toward adjustment. Responding to these signals rather than ignoring them deepens alignment. Each conscious step builds on the last, creating a compounding effect. Confidence grows not from chance, but from witnessing results that emerge when energy, focus, and action converge. Next-level opportunities arise because the universe mirrors readiness. Doors do not open randomly, they respond to preparation. When intentions are clear and reinforced by deliberate effort, timing aligns naturally. The portal magnifies readiness, presenting circumstances that reward clarity, commitment, and follow-through. Even small actions taken now carry more influence than large efforts made without focus. Acceleration also comes from letting go of resistance. Those who release doubt, old habits, and distraction find momentum flows effortlessly. Energy that once scattered now channels toward progress. Insights arrive faster, solutions become obvious, and synchronicity increases. Confidence strengthens because each step confirms alignment. The path forward feels supported, intentional, and guided, as if the universe itself leans toward those who engage consciously and deliberately at this critical moment. January, the 15th of May, seem ordinary at first glance, but beneath the surface, it is a powerful threshold. The energy today carries the potential to shift direction, to accelerate clarity, and to open doors that were previously hidden. This is not a day to pass through unconsciously. Step forward with intention, with focus, and with purpose. Let go of what no longer serves you. Align your actions with your deepest intentions, and allow the portal to amplify your energy. If this message resonates, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to Shaolin Divine Flow so you can continue walking a path of insight, alignment, and spiritual growth. Remember, every step taken with awareness matters. Today is your moment to move deliberately, to claim the energy waiting for you, and to set the tone for everything that follows. Step boldly through this threshold and let the universe meet you where your intention meets your action. Your journey forward begins now.